friends, and welcome back to my shop. On this week's episode, we're going to go ahead and make a sheath for this, touch up some of the blemishes and fill the little cracks that I told you about in the pins on the handle, and sharpen it, and then do a little bit of demo. And then this guy will be ready for sale. I decided to go with a honeycomb pattern for the sheath, and so I kind of tried it out and tried two different variations of it. I did a heavy blackening where it colors in everything, and then I did a surface blackening where it leaves the honeycomb pattern very obvious. And I think for this particular application, I'm going to go with this guy. So we'll get this stamped into the sheath and then get it colored like that. Let's head over to my leather workbench. This was a fun one and something a little bit different than what I normally do. I had one spot where the pattern got a little bit out of whack, but I think it looks pretty good overall. So next, we got a couple of blemishes we need to take out. So right here, and right here are some blemishes that I want to get off the blade. I have another one here, but unfortunately I don't think there's any way that I can get that guy off of there without totally reshaping the blade here, so we're going to have to live with that one. Then I'm going to come back and fill in the little tiny chips right there first. We'll just use some 5-minute epoxy with some black dye in it to fill those. Then we can come back, grind it down, grind out the blemishes that I've marked, sharpen it, and we should pretty much be done. Well, we got all that fine detail work done, and the sheath is done. So now it's time to test out the knife. So I got in touch with my buddies over at the United States military, and they gave me a couple of suggestions of what I could use for a nice analog to a zombie head. It's what they train with. So we're going to be using a pineapple. Oh, that's pretty good. So kind of a quick update. I started making the sheath before the game had released, and the game released just a couple days ago, and so I've started playing it, and I didn't have any good ideas of what the sheath was going to look like when I started the sheath. But now that I played the game, I realize that this is totally inaccurate to the new version, at least. Krauser actually wears a brown sheath up on his shoulder, so I missed a little bit, but I still think this is a pretty cool sheath. A little bit more practical for what most people are going to be doing. Well, just a quick note. If you haven't played the game, I highly recommend it. The remake is amazing. I went into it a little bit skeptical, seeing as how some of the other remakes have been kind of lacking and also shorter than the originals somehow. But this one really lived up to it. I'm 17 hours into my first playthrough already, and I'm maybe 2/3 of the way through. I give it 5 stars for sure, and I would say it's well worth your time. Probably the biggest downfall is that the merchant has had some of his dialogue changed, which is a little disappointing for me, as it was kind of a running gag between me and my friends. Well, unfortunately, it's the close of the video now, so if you liked it, give me a like and subscribe if you can. If you have any questions, comments, or things you'd like to see in future videos, just let me know in the comments down below, and I hope to see you next time. Also, a quick note, with the success of this one, I'm kind of thinking that I was going to try something that I've been wanting to do for a while now. I'd like to make a replica of Mehrunes Razor from the Elder Scrolls series, so if you stick around, I'll get around to that one eventually, but it is going to be a little bit, as I have some stuff coming up, so look for it in the future.